Brent Chapman's Pro vs. Joe is brought to you by Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors.
We're here at Alligator Lake in Clearwater, Florida. Like right across the lake here is Tampa Bay. So I guess if we get bored on Alligator Lake, which I'm sure we won't, we might have to sneak over the road and do some saltwater fishing. But apparently my buddy, Patrick, tells me there's bass here. What's funny about this whole pros versus Joes concept, we were kind of inspired by, friends of ours that live around the country kind of challenging us to fish. And that's where we came up with this concept. Obviously, we've met some great people who have submitted challenges online, but Patrick's a good friend of mine that goes way back to college days. We became real good friends, and Patrick moved from Missouri down here to Florida. He's still learning Florida. I've probably got more experience fishing in Florida than he does, so he's been hounding me for years to come down and fish these Florida waters with them, see what they've got. So that's what we're doing today. It's always fun to catch up with your buddies and do some fun fishing and get to explore new bodies of water. So I'm anxious to see what Alligator Lake has to offer. Hey, there he is.
What's going on, buddy?
You've drugged me all the way to Florida, the saltwater world here, to go bass fishing.
I have. I brought you to the land of 12 inches or 12 pounders.
Hey, I understand that about Florida. I told you that when you moved to Florida, that Florida has a lot of bass about this big and occasionally a bass this big. So,
well, I've mastered catching them this big, and I had to bring a pro down to show me how to catch them that big.
You've inspired me to come up with this show, Pro versus Joes.
Yeah.
You hounded me to come down to Florida, so now I had to come up with a fishing show so I could come down and go fishing with you. So let's go see what this place has to offer.
Let's do it.
All right.
My name is Patrick Priestmeyer. I'm from Clearwater, Florida, via St. Louis, Missouri. Today is probably going to be a little bit different because I am far from an anonymous Joe. I've known Brent for, going on 20 years now. We first met in Warrensburg, Missouri, where we said we were going to school, and actually we gained our masters in sneaking onto golf course ponds, fishing, and scouting places to set deer stands. We've stayed close ever since. Couldn't be more proud to call the man a friend. We moved down to Florida 3 years ago, and obviously having a good friend who's a professional angler, I leaned on Brent a lot for learning how to fish Florida waters. Well, Brent's given me a lot of advice, but true to form, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve today that I've learned on my own. We're gonna be fishing Alligator Lake in Safety Harbor today. It's a small county park lake, only about 55, 60 acres worth of water, but a phenomenal fishery. Some big fish in here. Personally, I've caught them up to 8 pounds. I've heard fishing stories of bigger, but we'll save that and hopefully have some video proof today. These professional guys travel so much, and both of our kids, we both have 12-year-old boys. We both have 10-year-old girls. It's just kind of a real treat when the Chapman clan makes it through town, and we've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Man, that was a long boat ride on this lake. This thing's, this place is called Alligator Lake. It should be called Alligator Pond.
It is.
You told me it wasn't big, but I didn't realize that you could see the whole thing from the middle of it.
Well, clocking in at an impressive 5'6", I put a lot of weight in the old adage that big things come in small packages, and they're in here, I promise you.
Well, good.
Lake might be small, but
hey,
the fish aren't.
With that being said, I got to go over the ground rules for you. Not necessarily me, but for you.
We have rules?
Yes, there's rules for our competition.
Oh, okay.
And this is probably where all this stems from back in the day when we fished. It's the first fish, that's very important.
I'll give you that.
First fish,
okay.
most fish, and biggest fish. So, are you ready to do this?
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Let's do it.
Good luck, you're gonna need it.
How about first cast, right?
No, I need to make it a short one.
Did I tell you 12 inches too, right?
12 inches?
12 inches, yep.
All right.
First, most, and biggest. And I'll get to come up with the projects you get to do for me when I beat you in all these different competitions here.
So what is the wager?
The wager is
two out of three?
If I catch the first fish, you get to wash my boat for me today when we get done.
Ooh.
Second of those, I win. You're buying dinner tonight. And third, I don't know.
All right.
We'll have to just think about that as the day goes on here, I guess.
It is. Well, it sounds like you spent a lot of time figuring out what's going to happen when you think you win. What about when I lay the smack down?
Oh, well, we have prizes for you too. We have prize
Prizes.
packs too. I guess we should have probably hit that pad patch there.
No,
a
that's
little
you keep
longer.
doing what you're doing, buddy. You're doing great.
Oh, dude, come on.
What'd you do?
The whole lake, and you're like throwing right where I want to fish.
No, you just purposely handicapped my retrieve. I know.
Oh,
Awesome, isn't it?
that's a good one. When all else fails, get a reaction striker. You better get the net on this one. Put the net to work. You can't, that's a giant for Florida.
That's what I'm talking about. Looky there.
First fish, Patrick. That one really raises the bar right
What
there.
was that? That was, I gotta wash the boat now, right?
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
You know what else that does, don't you?
What's that?
That takes the cake for all of them. As far as I'm concerned, we can just go hang out at the beach the rest of the day.
Right. Wrong answer, Chester.
The first, the most, and the biggest.
Well, that one can't be had now. That's the only one.
See,
that
I
you
was
can't
starting
get
to
back.
wonder if Alligator Lake has some fish in it, but you know, from a Florida average, that's a pretty nice one. And we just missed one too, so I think we're onto something. No pressure, Patrick. It's all about you now.
All right, it's happening.
Brought to you by Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors.
You know, I didn't want to show you up at your show and everything, so
I appreciate that.
it's on like Donkey Kong
He
now,
smoked it.
cowboy. Did he?
Is this any good over here?
Yeah, I mean, I've caught fish all over, dude. So I told you it was going to be October fishing in Florida
Hey,
on a
would've-
non-plantation.
Lake X, we'd have been done by now. Like Bobby Lane was going to get us on some of his phosphate pits. And you're like, no, 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 come to Alligator Lake.
Right. That's actually pretty close to not how it went down at all.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
got one of them suckers. You need a net?
This is how you ski them across the top. Patrick,
Oh, I'm assuming no net.
when all else fails, you get a reaction strike out of them. Look at that.
That right there is why you
Are you gonna listen? This is a Florida special right here. But hey, you know what? That's now two fish, the first fish and the biggest fish.
I'm lulling you to sleep.
Hey,
before I strike.
I'm like just waiting. You see,
I was going through the Bassmasters Archives page last night.
and that's you just prompted you. Hey, let's try a double fluke rig.
Pulled this oldie but goodie out of the bag of tricks, and as you can see, you're wanting one of these set up pretty
Was
bad
he
right
really
now.
bored and just wanted to see if he could rig up a double fluke rig or what?
All right, so you want the real truth? Yeah, it's the first time I've ever tied one on was last night.
10 more fish.
I'm pretty proud of it.
You know these are good to eat. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, we do it all the time. See those cat-like reflexes? Ow. Oh, solid. Solid.
Really? Appreciate that.
We're good.
Nothing like bringing your buddies fishing. I guarantee you we're fishing by so many fish right here.
Oh yeah. If you'd slow down a little bit, we'd be all right.
Oh! Let me help you.
Nice, solid
What
work.
a double mess up there. Patrick finally had his first bite today
It's 4:30 in the afternoon.
at 12:05. That's when they turn on though.
Lunchtime.
Well, here it is. I never thought at Alligator Lake here at halftime it'd be this tough. I mean, it's an amazing fishery, but it is Florida. I never thought I would be tying on a Carolina rig for this second half, but it's literally come down to kind of desperation mode. I managed to catch 2 that first half, and Patrick, I think he got like a bite and a swirl and a miss or something like that. So you know your day's going tough when you start acknowledging the bites you might have had. But you know, it is Florida. There's fish out here busting, and I did catch one earlier, and we kind of fished through here a little fast. So I think we just kind of need to accept the day for what it is, get out here and try to put some of these schoolers in the boat and you know, make a day out of this. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else we can do.
Well, here we are at halftime of my Pro versus Joe, and if you hear Brent talk, he thinks the day is going horribly. So many of you know that fishing, and in particular tournament fishing, is mainly mental. I've got him right where I want him. He's flustered. He thinks there's no fish here. I've got a few things that I'm going to pull out of the bag of tricks this afternoon. We got some wind coming out of the west. He doesn't know it yet, but it's getting ready to change. So stick around, it's going to be good.
Brought to you by Frabill, trusted fishing gear since 1938.
All right, Patrick, round 2.
And I like it.
Somehow I have resorted to throwing a Carolina rig, and you've kind of copied me by putting on a jerkbait.
Well, sometimes you can't beat them, which I wasn't able to do this morning. You got to join them. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
I told you the afternoon was going to be a different story.
Dude, he really has one. You want some help with it or anything?
Get the net. It's a jerk bait.
I got a net. How big of a fish do you have here?
Give me the, by Florida standards, it's a whopper.
Well, if it's a fish at this point, it's a whopper. If you actually have a fish on. Wow, look at that. You do have a fish on there. Look. Oh, I almost lost him for you.
Oh, yeah. Totally accidental, right?
Oh.
Uh-oh. You can remove the swirl and the bite and replace it with a bass.
No, you still have to keep the bass and the swirl and the bite and all that too. So.
Well, if I keep the swirl, 2 swirls and a bite,
those don't
that
count
puts
as a
me in
fish,
the
though.
lead.
No.
No?
You might have me thinking
Right, it
about.
took a while, but we're on board.
Nothing like throwing past you.
He went past your knot, didn't he?
Oh, that's a good one there. Get that net. That might be a Florida bass there. I think.
You gonna have a fish?
Look at that giant. Not really. Thought it was. But hey, you know what?
Enough to build some cushion.
Guess what? Man, I thought that was a giant when it bit. Here, you want to hold this?
No, I'm good. You thought that was a giant?
You wanna hook-
Is
you
this
wanna-
your first time?
You want
out
to
on
hook
a
that,
boat?
hook it on the line
No,
or
I'm good.
anything?
I'm good. I'm good. All right. That was it.
We good?
You just made it personal now.
That's 3, Patrick.
Yeah, but I added 2 bites and a swirl back there.
2 bites and a swirl, okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Holy cow.
Uh-oh.
Is it a giant? Do you need the net?
I mean, by today's standards, it is a stud.
Well, how big is it?
I knew it.
What? Is it
5
not a bass?
pounder. No, it's a bass.
What do you got on here? Wow, it is a good one.
Whoa.
Ah, there you go.
Looky there.
Wow.
Thanks, Julio.
Nothing like barely hooking him.
Oh, let's see, that might be as big as the date. Yeah. All right. I think we're close.
What's the score now? 2-3, isn't it? You're making it
I think so, we are.
Brought to you by Plano. Protect your passion.
Dude, well, after you're done with the net, you got to put the net back. You know that, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look at them. Gosh, they're like jumping out of the water. It actually feels pretty good.
You don't have any helicopter lures or anything?
That's next. Oh, son of a...
What happened? Did you get a lily pad?
Dang it! You got one?
Got
You
me
got
one, sucker.
You got a good one. Oh my goodness. If he doesn't break your line, I guess I should get the net for you, huh?
Yeah, if you would.
Look at that. Wow.
There we go. Back in action right there.
That was my flipping fish, dude.
I know, did you see it?
Yep.
That's what a real one looks like. I know you haven't seen one.
Gushing too. Oh!
Uh-oh.
Looky there.
Uh-oh. Wow, that's way smaller than the one I caught.
It is smaller than the one you caught, but you know what? I have definitely caught more than you
Yeah,
caught.
that's it. That's the tiebreaker for now.
See? So, there we go. Oh, look at that one.
Uh-oh.
Ho, ho, ho. Huh.
Interesting development.
Huh?
Interesting development.
Hey. Check it out. You want to feel it?
No, I only handle the big ones.
It's amazing how frustrating schooling bass can make you. And then if you just go back to the basics and what you're used to doing, what you can do with it. Forget those stinking schooling fish. Just pick up a flipping rod and something moving and oh, now he's gonna look. See, he doesn't
No,
want to.
I thought about it.
Brought to you by Livingston Lures, designed to call the fish to you.
I'm telling you, there's a whole load of fish right here.
You think?
Yep, whole
Yeah.
school of them.
You do one more, and then I'll believe you.
Be nice to get a 1/5. You son of a. Oh, come on.
Oh, for crying out loud, dude.
Why? Didn't you cut mine earlier? Can I just cut yours?
If you can chew through that. That's good.
Oh, look at this mat.
That's what I'm talking about, see?
Saving the best for last.
That's what I did. Finish strong.
Get you excited there, did I?
Please, please, please have the camera rolling.
5 minutes, Patrick.
5 minutes to make the magic happen.
It is 5 to 3. This has not been the day we have planned on, but that's what fishing is all about. You did not promise me a day of catching. You said this is where you go fishing at. And it's not as if the fish weren't here. They were nice enough to show us that they were there and still wouldn't cooperate. Patrick, I appreciate the challenge. I'll tell you what, this place is Clearwater Beach for a reason.
No joke.
And Alligator Lake for a reason. We've seen more alligators than I think we've seen bass. So
Yeah, definitely didn't go the way that I would have drawn it up, but that's why they call it fishing, not catching.
hey, it was fun. Still got to spend the
Likewise.
day on the water with you. Fun
Appreciate
but
it.
frustrating. It's nothing like when the bass come up schooling around the boat and you still can't catch them. He told me he could catch them. He said, yeah, we'll have a great day, but as you can see, that wasn't quite the case as far as easy catching. Had we got over and started fishing the bank like we did, and had we done that sooner, we probably would have caught more fish, there's no doubt. But I still had fun, and we'll have to do it again some other day. Bring you back up to the Midwest where I think we're a little more used to fall fishing.
I think so. I think we'll do a Lake Ozarks challenge.
Hey, that sounds good.
Good.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Brought to you by Bass Quest Magazine, the magazine for everyone from pros to Joes. Available at Walmart.
Today was tough, but you know what? There still had to be a winner in each category. I was very fortunate, got that first fish. It was tough, and we, everything that we typically would do down here, they weren't biting, so I picked up a jerkbait and caught that first fish. And it's always a relief to put that first fish in the boat. You can always, you always know you got that one because nobody can beat you on that one.
The one that you can never get back is the first fish, and Brent he bested me on that. Caught the first fish of the day, and he actually went up maybe 3 fish to none at one point.
I was able to get a few fish, and Patrick had a few swirls and bites, so he said. We saw the swirls, but it doesn't really count.
After lunch, I had to refuel, and once we got a little more gas in the tank, I made it uncomfortable for Brent.
We had a bite for lunch, and then got out there, and he kind of got some stuff going there pretty quick, and I think he tied it up there for a minute and caught the biggest fish.
We were deadlocked at 3 fish apiece in a heated battle. I know I had him nervous. He was sweating, and I think where I might have messed up is I let him pick up his flipping stick, and once he got the flipping stick in his hand, and I know better because I watched him work with the flipping stick. They was all over but the crying.
I don't like being beat, so I picked up the flipping stick, got back to the basics of what I love to do, and managed to catch a few more fish and stay up there on top.
But all was not lost. I did manage to squeak out the biggest fish of the day. So I managed to take 1 point from a very accomplished pro and a heck of a good angler. I know there's some good fish in here, and unfortunately I wasn't able to prove it to Brent today. If we had to do it all over again, I would probably spend more time fishing the lily pads and beating the bank a little bit more.
As a whole, like I said, it was a challenging day, but still had a great time fishing with my buddy, and look forward to doing it again.
Either way, the day was a total victory for me. It was really cool to get to spend a day on the water with him. It had been many moons since that's happened, and that's really why everybody does this stuff. It's all about family, it's all about friends, and it's all about enjoying the outdoors.
2015 Pro versus Joe, it's a wrap. We've done a lot of shows this year. Been a real neat experience for us, learned a whole lot. We've traveled all around the country, met a lot of great people, had a great time. With that being said, I want to say a big thanks to the companies that made Pro versus Joe possible, and that's Realtree Outdoors, Plano, Frabill, and Livingston Lures. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to do Pro versus Joe. And also, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors for helping make this a success. And we're really looking forward to 2016 and many more seasons to come.